Good morning, everyone. Good morning, children. So, our lesson for today is about commonality and difference between two quadrilaterals. Of course, with me, Mama Rita. Okay, so let us recall. Look at the different triangle. Can you name one triangle? Number one is color pink. What is the name of the triangle? Correct. It's an isosceles triangle because as I look into it, we have two sides that is equal. What about color blue? What is the name of triangle? Correct. It's a right triangle because of the angle 90 degree. How about color yellow? What is the name of the triangle? Correct. It's an obtuse triangle because obviously we have obtuse angle here. And then the last one is, can you name the triangle? Correct. It's an acute triangle. It's less than 90 degree. Okay, very good class. Okay, now, this time, look at the different quadrilaterals. Can you name the quadrilaterals? For the blue one, what is the name of the quadrilaterals? Correct. It's rectangle. Okay, next, the violet. Amazing. It's a parallelogram. Next, red. Exactly, it's a rhombus. And then the green one. Fantastic. It's a trapezoid. How about the orange? Correct. It's a square. So that is the name of a quadrilateral and a triangle. Now, okay, now class, tell whether each figure is a triangle or a quadrilateral. For number one, correct. It's a triangle. Number two, amazing. It's a quadrilateral. For number three, correct. It's a quadrilateral also. How about number four? Nice one. It's a triangle. And number five is correct. It's a quadrilateral. So now that you already know to distinguish whether it is a triangle or quadrilateral, let okay, let us use this drawing below. Tell whether the figure labeled by each letter is a triangle or a quadrilateral. Okay, name for for letter A. At least name the if it is triangle or a quadrilateral. Correct. A is a triangle and it's a kind of a right triangle. For letter B, correct. It's for quadrilateral and this is a trapezoid. Number letter C. Fantastic. It's a quadrilateral and this is a rectangle. For letter D. Okay, amazing. It's a quadrilateral also and this is a square. For letter E. Correct. It's a triangle and this is a right triangle. And then letter E, F. For letter F is correct. It's a quadrilateral and this is a rhombus. Next, for letter G, correct. It's a triangle. And I think this is a isosceles triangle. Next, for the last letter is letter H. Correct. It's a quadrilateral and this is a square. So, thank you class that you remember all the kinds of triangle and a quadrilateral. Now, let us focus if it is yes, right, yes in your chat box. And, and if it is no, just type no if you agree or disagree uh, by the given sentences. Okay? For number one, do all triangles have three equal sides and three angles? I repeat, do all triangles have three equal sides and three angles? Yes or no? Okay, let us answer. Number one, it's a no because we have different kinds of triangle according to sides and angle. Now, for number two, do all quadrilaterals have four sides and four angles? I repeat, do all quadrilaterals have four sides and four angles? Is a yes or no? Okay, let us answer. And the correct answer is yes, of course. A quadrilateral have four sides and four angles. Okay, now, for number three, can a quadrilateral be divided into two triangles? What do you think? Can a quadrilateral be divided into two triangles? Is it a yes or no? And the answer is yes, of course. We have two triangles. When we divide the quadrilaterals, we have two triangles in the middle. Okay? Next, number five. Is any three-sided polygon a triangle? I repeat. Is any three-sided polygon a triangle? Yes or no? And the correct answer is yes, of course. Triangle have three-sided polygon. Now, for the last number, is any four-sided polygon a quadrilateral? Is it a yes or no? I repeat, is any four-sided polygon a quadrilateral? And the answer is yes, of course. When we talk about four-sided, it's a quadrilateral. When we talk about three-sided, it's a triangle. Okay. Now, class, the illustrations show how a triangle related to quadrilaterals. So, as I said, if we cut the quadrilateral, any quadrilaterals, it will divide into two triangles. So, the area of a rectangle is the base times the height. Where is the base? Here at the bottom, and the height is at the side, whether right or the left side. Okay, and then when we cut the quadrilateral and divide it into two parts, we have now a triangle. And then one half of the base times the height of the quadrilateral is equal to the area of a triangle. So, sooner or later, we will elaborate the formula of this when we talk about area. Okay? So, by showing the triangle area formula is half of the quadrilateral area formula. Okay, because a triangle is half of a quadrilateral. Okay, just remember a triangle is half of a quadrilateral. Now, by looking into illustration below, let us compare a rectangle and a square. So what is the common to both pictures and how they differ? So let us go into the Venn diagram. So we have here a Venn diagram showing the rectangle at my left side and a square at my right side. And in between is the common of the two figures or two quadrilaterals. So let's start. The common of two quadrilaterals, they are both quadrilaterals, of course. And then the next one, they both have four right angles. We have four right angles at the corner of the rectangle and the square. Next, one thing more is both opposite sides parallel to each other. So the top and the bottom is parallel and the left and the right is parallel to each other. Same with the square, top and the bottom is parallel, and the right and the left side is parallel. So that is the commonality or the similarities of both figure. Okay. So what about the difference between the two? So a square, always remember a square is a four sides of the square are all equal. While the rectangle, the adjacent side are different. When we talk about adjacent, the the left side and the bottom and the top side and the right side. Okay, so that is the adjacent. And the opposite sides are equal. So only opposite sides are equal. While in the square, all sides are equal. Okay? So the commonality again of the square and a rectangle. A square and a rectangle are quadrilaterals. Both have four right angles equal to 90 degrees and opposite sides parallel to each other. So the difference between the square and a rectangle. A square is a quadrilateral whose sides are all equal and the angles are all right angles. While in a rectangle, it is also quadrilateral in which all the angles are right angles, the opposite side of which are equal, but the adjacent side are different. Okay, let's go to the second illustration given the square and a rhombus. So compare a square and a rhombus. What is the common to both figure and how they differ? Of course, by using the Venn diagram, we will show you how they differ and the commonalities of both pictures. Okay, so given square and a rhombus. So at my left side is the square and at my right side is the rhombus and at the middle is the commonality of both pictures. Okay? Or both quadrilaterals. So they are both quadrilaterals, of course. And then they both have four equal sides. And the rhombus differ between the opposite angles are equal, meaning the opposite angles here are equal. And then the opposite sides are parallel to each other. Even the rhombus is a type of sloping four shape figure. Okay? Again, the rhombus is a type of sloping four shape picture. figures, while a square has four right angles. It's not sloping, but they have four right angles. Okay? So this is how a square and a rhombus differ to each other, and at the middle is the commonality of both quadrilaterals. So again, commonality of a square and a rhombus. A square and a rhombus are both quadrilaterals. Both have four congruent sides. Congruent meaning equal sides. Okay? So difference between square and a rhombus. A square has all its angle equal to 90 degrees or right angles. And then a rhombus only has its opposite angles equal. Okay. For the third comparing of two quadrilateral, we have a rhombus and a parallelogram. So compare a rhombus and a parallelogram. Are they similar? If not, why? What is the difference between the two pictures? So let's go to the Venn diagram. So we have the Venn diagram of parallelogram and a rhombus. So at my left side is the parallelogram and the rhombus is at my right side. And in between is the commonality of two quadrilaterals. So the common is both are quadrilaterals, of course. Next, they both have four-sided polygon. And a rhombus, their opposite angles are equals. They having all sides are equals. And then the parallelogram having opposite sides parallel and equal. Okay? So they are both a type of sloping four-shaped figure. Okay? Again, the three commonalities, they are both quadrilaterals. They both have four-sided polygon and a type of sloping four-shaped figure. So the difference between the two, rhombus having all sides are equal and opposite angles are equals, while a parallelogram having opposite sides are parallel to each other. So they are equal. Again, similarity of a rhombus and a parallelogram. They both the rhombus and the parallelogram are quadrilaterals. They have four sides. Okay. The difference between rhombus and a parallelogram, a rhombus is a type of sloping four-shaped figure having all sides equal, while a parallelogram is a type of sloping four-shaped figure having opposite parallel sides equal. Opposite parallel sides are equal. So by looking into illustration again, comparing the rhombus and a rectangle, how they differ. So let's go to the Venn diagram. So we have at the left side is the rectangle and at the right side is the rhombus, and at the middle is the commonality of both figure. So the commonality of both are they are both quadrilaterals and both opposite side parallel to each other. Okay, in a rectangle, they differ all angle is equal to 90 degree and opposite sides are equal. While in a rhombus, having all sides are equal and opposite angles are equal. We have opposite angles in a rhombus, while in a rectangle, opposite sides are equal. So they are differ on that opposites. Okay? So similarity of a rhombus and a rectangle. A rhombus and a rectangles are both quadrilaterals. The opposite sides are parallel to each other. The difference between a rhombus and a rectangle. A rhombus has four sides equal and it has opposite angles equal, while in a rectangle has all angles equal and has opposite sides equal. Next, by looking into illustration of a square and a trapezoid, let us compare a square and a trapezoid. What is the common of both figure? How they differ? So let's go to the Venn diagram again. So we have here the left side is a square and the right side is a trapezoid. So at the middle is the commonality. So they are both quadrilaterals. They both have four sides. Okay. So here, in a square, has two pairs of parallel sides. And in a square has four right angles. While in a trapezoid, we have one pair of parallel sides. And the consecutive angles are equals. Okay. And one thing more is in a square has all sides equal. So sa similarity in the similarity of a square and trapezoid, the square and a trapezoid, they are both quadrilaterals. The difference between a square and trapezoid, a square has a four 90-degree angles, four sides that are equal, and two pairs of parallel sides. While in a trapezoid has one pair of a parallel side and its consecutive angles are equal. Okay, by choosing the letter of the best answer, write the chosen letter in your chat box. So, are you ready? For number 1, what is the difference between the rhombus and a rectangle? Is it A? I will read it twice again. A rhombus has an opposite equal angles, while a rectangle has opposite equal sides. Letter B. A rhombus has two opposite equal angles, while a rectangle has opposite equal angles. Opposite equal sides. Next, for letter C, a rhombus has opposite equal angles, while a rectangle has two opposite equal sides. For letter D, a rhombus has no opposite equal angles, while a rectangle has opposite equal sides. Okay, again, for number 1, what is the difference between the rhombus and a rectangle? Is it A? A rhombus has opposite equal angles, while a rectangle has opposite equal sides. Letter B. A rhombus has two opposite equal angles, while a rectangle has opposite equal sides. Letter C. A rhombus has opposite equal angles, while a rectangle has two opposite equal sides. Letter D. A rhombus has no opposite equal angles, while a rectangle has opposite equal sides. And the correct answer is letter C. A rhombus has opposite equal angles, while a rectangle has two opposite equal sides. So always remember that. Okay, for number 2, choose the letter of the best answer. Write the chosen letter in your chat box. For number 2, what is the similarity of a square and a rhombus? Similarity. Okay, letter A. A square and a rhombus are both quadrilaterals. Both have four congruent sides. Letter B. A square and a rhombus are both quadrilaterals. Both have two right angles. Letter C. A square and a rhombus are both quadrilaterals. Both have four congruent sides. Letter D. A square and a rhombus are both quadrilaterals. Both have four right angles. Again, for number 2, what is the similarities of a square and a rhombus? A. A square and a rhombus are both quadrilaterals. Both have two congruent sides. Letter B. A square and a rhombus are both quadrilaterals. Both have two right angles. Letter C. A square and a rhombus are both quadrilaterals. Both have four congruent sides. Letter D. A square and a rhombus are both quadrilaterals. Both have four right angles. What is the correct answer? And the correct answer is letter C. Okay? A square and a rhombus are both quadrilaterals. Both have four congruent sides. Okay? Next, number 3. What is common to square and a rectangle? A. They are both quadrilaterals with three equal sides. B. They are both quadrilaterals with four equal angles. C. They are both quadrilaterals with four right angles. Letter D. They are both quadrilaterals with four equal sides and four right angles. What is the correct answer? Okay, again. Number 3. What is the common to square and a rectangle? A. They are both quadrilaterals with three equal sides. B. They are both quadrilaterals with four equal angles. C. They are both quadrilaterals with four right angles. Letter D. They are both quadrilaterals with four equal sides and four right angles. And the correct answer is letter C, of course. They are both quadrilaterals with four right angles. They are common in on four right angles. Number 4. What is the similarity of rhombus and a rectangle? Similarity of rhombus and a rectangle. A. Their opposite sides are parallel to each other. B. Their opposite sides are not parallel. C. Their opposite sides intersect each other. D. Their opposite sides do not intersect each other. Again, number 4. What is the similarity of a rhombus and a rectangle? A. Their opposite sides are parallel to each other. B. Their opposite sides are not parallel. C. Their opposite sides intersect each other. D. Their opposite sides do not intersect each other. And then the correct answer is letter A. Their opposite sides are parallel to each other. For number 5, how triangle relate to quadrilaterals? A. Because triangle is 1/4 of the quadrilateral. B. Because triangle is 1/2 of the quadrilateral. C. Because both triangle and quadrilaterals have four sides. D. Because both triangle and quadrilaterals have four angles. Again, how triangle relate to quadrilaterals. A. Because triangle is 1/4 of the quadrilateral. B. Because triangle is 1/2 of the quadrilateral. C. Because both triangle and the quadrilateral have four sides. D. Because both triangle and quadrilaterals have four angles. And the correct answer is B, because triangle is one half of a quadrilateral. Very good job, class. So now your assignment is here. Take a picture and turn in your work to Google Classroom or in ManyChat. So checking your understanding, study the picture below, draw at least two pairs of quadrilateral, then compare their similarities and difference. So you can choose from the picture. What are the quadrilaterals that you can see on that picture? So for example, you see a trapezoid and a, a square. So you compare trapezoid and square. What is the similarities and the difference? And another shape, another two shapes are rectangle or square. So how they similar, what is the similarities and the difference? Okay, just turn in your work in your Google Classroom or in ManyChat. Okay, so for that, thank you. Okay, class, that's all for today. And thank you very much for listening. Tune in our video lesson. Okay? Thank you. Goodbye.